The simple answer is a McKenzie friend is anyone who helps you with your legal matter who isn't a solicitor or a barrister. That's it. As someone has pointed out, they don't need to be trained or qualified. They also don't need to be insured or regulated. A McKenzie friend could be anyone from someone with no legal background at all who comes along to give you moral support, all the way through to someone like me who has been doing it 18 years and has helped hundreds of thousands of people and knows a bit about it after almost 2 decades. They can be legally qualified, and I do know a few McKenzie friends that are legally qualified, but it's all about results, and it's all about the service and support they offer their clients. Why would you use one? Well, most of my clients come to me because they're not happy with their solicitor. I even get people that are qualified for legal aid, and they get legal aid, but they've dumped their legal aid solicitor because they hate the poor service, and they decide that they can do better with someone like me by their side. Other people, it is because they can't afford it. I am half the price of a solicitor, and I tend to respond a lot faster. You know, on a daily basis I speak to people who say the same thing. I've been trying to get hold of my solicitor for the last 2 weeks, or my solicitor ignored me, or my solicitor just seemed to be a glorified paper filler, a form filler, write statements, letter writer. Now, why would you use a McKenzie friend? For those reasons. It's important to realise that a McKenzie friend is not a substitute for a solicitor, because they can't do all the same things. And you cannot count on a McKenzie friend having an automatic right of audience. That means you can't count on them being able to speak for you in court. They cannot act as your agent. They cannot litigate for you. This means that any paperwork, forms, documents, it's your name that goes on the bottom, not the solicitor's. So you are going to be the one who's asked about it, not your solicitor. People like me who've done it for a long time, who've seen it, done it, and got the court order, when I help people, I typically have meetings with them via Zoom, and I will tell them what their options are. I'll explain the way the law works. I'll tell them how things do work, not how they should work. And it makes a big difference. People run their own cases. They often feel a lot empowered, because another complaint people often say is that I sat at the back, I seem to be ignored in my own case, and how bizarre is that? So yeah, I hope this helps explain what a McKenzie friend is. By the way, there are no McKenzie friend organisations out there. There are definitely companies that act like they are organisations. They will charge other McKenzie friends to become a member of a body that regulates McKenzie friends. They get a nice logo to put on their own website, and people end up thinking that they're a regulated McKenzie friend. There's no such thing. Anyone can go to a company that set themselves up like this and say, can I buy your logo? And they'll say yes, and hey presto, you're a regulated McKenzie friend. As I said in my previous TikTok, what you need to do is you need to do your research. Google, look for social media posts. If you're looking at a website and it will be something like, there'll be a Gmail address and a mobile number, and there'll be no headshots of the people you're speaking to, and you haven't got the faintest idea of who you're sending your money to, or perhaps like my TikTok impersonator who's messaging people asking for £500 for an hour-long meeting, beware. Do your research. You can get your money back, but believe me, it's not worth the hassle. Best get it right first time, because if you're going for the court, you don't need the extra hassle.